In this video, I'm going to share with you what I think graphic design will look like in 2022. Let's go. So before we get started, if you're looking for more tips, tricks, hacks, tutorials and other design inspiration videos, then make sure you click that subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified every time that I post a new video. So 2021 is nearly over and we're only a couple of weeks away from 2022, so we've got to start thinking about what's going to happen next year in the creative space. So here are 5 predictions from me about what I'm seeing continue over from 2021 and also the new things that are going to turn up in 2022. So let's get started. So number 1 is we're going to keep seeing the 3D space expand. So over the last couple of years, we've seen 3D renders, 3D illustrations, 3D text effects. They've kind of been making their way into the main graphic design space, but we're going to see way more of that. If you look at Unsplash right now, Unsplash.com has just made a 3D renders section of their website, so you can now upload 3D renders on there. So anticipate as now these things are becoming more readily available, anticipate people using them more for their social media posts, their portfolios, their client work, their websites, whatever it is, anticipate 3D being used more. And don't forget the metaverse was recently announced by Facebook, so the whole world of 3D, VR, AR is just continuing to grow. So anticipate people using 3D graphics in that space. Maybe it's for advertising, marketing, NFTs, all that thing's going to keep on growing, so keep an eye on that. So the second one is blended fonts, and blended fonts have been around for a while, people mixing different fonts together in one word, but this is something that I've noticed kind of pick up momentum in the last 6 months, and I anticipate that continuing over 2022. So why don't you try mixing some fonts together, maybe take a script letter and mix it in with some sans serif text and merge it into one word and see what you guys can do. But yeah, keep an eye on that because that's going to get pretty trendy, I think, at least in the first 6 months of 2022. So number 3 is I think we're going to go back to print. So after the last couple of years where everything's gone digital, I think people are sick of it and the space is saturated. Facebook ads don't do as well as they used to. Social media posts just get buried now. So I think print is going to make a comeback. So when you're promoting an event, whether you're handing something out as a gift, I think it's all going to go back to print. And although there's going to be the metaverse and AR, VR, 3D that's going to keep expanding, I think it's going to be a new kind of space and people are going to be way more kind of open to having something tactile in their hand. So keep an eye on the print space. Maybe create a sticker pack next year, maybe create something that's like a business card or something that's actually tactile, because that could be your way in to meeting new clients, that could be your way into inviting someone to an event. It's just by doing something different to how they've had for the last 2 years. So give it a shot. So number 4 is digital design in digital space. And I mentioned about the metaverse earlier, and I think this is going to be a key part. It's because we have certain techniques for social media design, certain techniques for event design, certain techniques for print design. And I think there's going to be a real technique and style that develops just specifically for the metaverse, for VR, for AR. A lot of companies are heavily investing in the metaverse. They're buying up land, they're creating their brands online. I think it's going to be here to stay, and I think we're going to see a lot of brands next year really carve their way with their style, their design, their branding in that kind of virtual space. So keep an eye on that. Maybe chat to someone who's a bit more experienced than you in the metaverse, try and find out what they're seeing, and maybe you can find yourself a very cool niche as a designer in the metaverse. So number 5 is I anticipate the relationship between design and animation to keep on growing. In the last kind of 4 years or so, we've seen as Blender and Cinema 4D and After Effects have really taken off in terms of people learning them. We've seen like animation just really go hand in hand with design, and kind of there's not many, if you go onto like social media ads, a lot of them aren't static because they don't do as well. So I think the animation is going to keep catching people's eyes. So I think you're going to see that affect not just digital advertisements, but design as a whole, as a way to catch people's eyes by things moving, things being animated, things standing out. So yeah, I think design and animation are going to keep growing. And let me know in the comments what you guys are using for animation, because I want to learn next year some more to do with 3D and animation. So let me know which one I should learn. Should it be Cinema 4D? Should I start learning Blender? What about After Effects? Let me know, because I'm going to get stuck in next year. So 2022 is a really cool opportunity for you to learn something new in the creative space. Maybe that's learning about the metaverse, maybe that's learning about VR, AR, maybe that's learning about animation, or just how to mix different fonts together. Why don't you try learning something and setting yourself a goal, so when you go into the new year, you're going to pick up some new tools. If you're looking for another way to learn, you can check out ProChurch Media University. There are tons of courses to do with branding, Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects. You can find a ton of stuff on there that's going to help push you to be more creative. Why don't you check that out? It's prochurchmediauniversity.com. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. It really does go a long way to helping this channel, and consider subscribing for plenty more videos like this to come. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.